Warning, lots of patchy beard and unpicked hair in this video. You can see it right now. It's okay. It's summer. You know, everybody's at home living not living the life. Actually, we're just bed rotting all day and looking at IG reels, which is what this video is about. So enjoy it. Enjoy. Okay, so this is the first video of the summer. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, but summer was all right, a little shitty, and then it was pretty good. And so far, it's all right now. It's not as bad as it was in like July. It was a power outage on the 4th of July, so happy 250th. Anybody who's in my local vicinity will know what I'm talking about. But the main thing I wanted to talk about right now is I just saw Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it was pretty good. And pretty good is honestly a great way to describe it. It was pretty good. It wasn't fantastic or amazing or anything like that. It was better than No Way Home though. And it integrated more of the Marvel universe into the cinematic universe, which I thought was interesting. But the main thing I wanted to talk about with this movie now is I was just on like Instagram Reels, and I came across this guy saying that Spider-Man Brand New Day is pro surveillance state propaganda. And I thought about it. I was like, yeah. Then I read some of the comments. I was like, nah. And now I'm fully like, I don't know what that guy was smoking. But basically, what he said was Spider-Man creates a vast system of camera networks to spy on people so he can, find bad guys. One thing, I don't even think he created those cameras. I think he's just using the cameras already up around the city. So, not exactly the greatest comeback, but we're getting there. And also, come on, Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. I don't trust the surveillance state we live under currently right now, but I don't think Spider-Man would abuse that. It's literally his motto: with great power comes great responsibility. He's going to be responsible, looking at the flock cameras and stuff. Okay, but my point is, yeah. And then they're like, oh, he sent Jean Grey to damage control. I don't know how anybody. Wow, I just kept saying this. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how anybody watched this movie and did not catch that damage control was supposed to be the villains, like almost as soon as they were introduced. Like almost right after they pull out the hand, I was like, these guys are the villains of the movie. They're way too suspect. It was extremely obvious to me in the theater that they were going to be the villains. But what was also obvious to me is that Spider-Man was going to be working with them and then realized that they were the villains and try to stop them. Because the villain in the movie is Jean Grey, right? She's going after Damage Control's headquarters all across New York in an attempt to find out what VMAX means, to find her sister. And of course, the one that she finds in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, whatever, one of the 5 boroughs in New York City. Spider-Man is helping Damage Control contain Jean Grey. And what does she find out? VMAX was the air vent that she was looking at, her sister was looking at when she died. Because Damage Control kidnapped her sister to experiment on her and find out the source of her powers and see how they could harness that power. So Spider-Man's like, oh shoot, I just gave Jean Grey up to the bad guys. How the fuck do you think he did that? How did he give Jean Grey up to the bad guys, man? He tracked her. He tracked her with the surveillance state. He used the surveillance state's cameras to capture something that was valuable to them. A person. I just dehumanized Jean Grey. But my point is, he used that to catch a woman that, is a human being. She's just a mutant, And I feel like the movie didn't have to say maybe Spider-Man shouldn't use the fucking surveillance state. Like he's already got the radio from the cops. You just use that. And yeah, Spider-Man works with cops, so by definition, propaganda. Uh, but yeah, there's nothing fucking new. That's not new information. The surveillance state thing is where I take issue because Spider-Man realizes that in helping out damage control, and by helping out damage control using the fucking surveillance state that we live in to capture Jean Grey, he captured a girl who was just trying to find out what happened to her sister, and she may not have taken the most morally virtuous route there to find out what happened, but to me it was very obvious that he realized he fucked up. And maybe I didn't realize in the theater, oh, he fucked up by using the surveillance state. But he used the surveillance state to track her, so he fucked up by going through that system. He fucked up by trusting the state Department of Damage Control. So of course he goes after Jean Grey to save her, and they have a fight, and she's like, "No, man, like." But then again, he also was like, "Don't kill the Department of Damage Control. We gotta send him to prison," and stuff like that. And then he disappears because, of course, the CEO of Damage Control disappeared. Or is it the CEO? The director? Whatever. I don't know the name. Yeah. And Jean Grey has to get on a bus and look sad and stuff, and she's leaving, which I didn't like because I feel like she should be allowed to live out in the open after everything she's gone through. Her mother kicked her and her sister out because they were mutants. And Damage Control kidnapped and killed her sister because she was a mutant. And Damage Control almost did the same thing to her because she's a mutant. So yeah, it's messed up. It's really messed up. Now, my thing is, that got criticism of the ending, like I just listed. But I don't know if the surveillance state thing is apt because Spider-Man uses the surveillance state to help the villains, and then when he realizes when he realizes he's helped the villains, he's like, "Oh shit, I helped the villains by doing what I did." I feel like the movie doesn't need to say, "I helped the villains by using the surveillance state." You get the gist. Um, Bad takes on the internet are aplenty. Should they destroy somebody's credibility? Probably not, unless they like have a history. You know, they got a history of doing that. Yeah, and I mean, it's not like Marvel is free from like Israeli propaganda or anything. Just look at Captain America: Brave New World. I really hope they have something like the comics where Hulk is talking to that one Israeli character who's like a soldier or whatever, super soldier, in the movies where he's like, "You guys fight over two old books that say you deserve land. I hate Israel and Palestine." And then Hulk jumps away, and he's like, the Israeli soldier finally recognized the dead Palestinian boy, for who he was, a dead child and not an obstacle. Man, you know, whoever tells you those comics weren't political back in the day, they're lying out their ass. But yeah, Spider-Man: Brand New Day, pretty good. I don't know if I would say it's state surveillance state propaganda. I mean, there's like a million other things you could say is propaganda for. I don't know. This just seems like the road of most resistance to take is this one because it kind of just doesn't really make that much sense. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the Marvel Cinematic Universe doesn't advocate for the status quo like hard as fuck. Like they don't go hard as fuck for the status quo like every chance they get. I could clock it. I don't like saying that. I could see it when it was happening in the theater. It was obvious to me. Um, but this movie was kind of one of the better ones when it came to that. So yeah, brand new day. Last movie I saw that I had not seen before. Pretty good. Keep watching movies. I'm out.